Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for joining me on my podcast. You're the first interview.
Awesome.
Well, the first legitimate interview because
Right.
I've interviewed my brother, and he's a photographer, and we just talk about nonsense.
Cool.
But you and I are not going to talk about nonsense. We're going to talk about hair and beauty in the industry. Guys, this is my guest. My guest is Nikki Ramos. Is that right?
Yes.
Not
that's
Ramos.
Right. Whatever
Ramos?
you like. Whatever you like.
Nikki is an educator, and you've been in the business how long? The hair business?
About 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Looks super young.
Thanks.
How old were you when you started? I'm going to ask you your age.
18. Yeah, I started.
18.
I started cosmetology
Why did
school when I was 18.
why?
I graduated high school when I was 17, and my mom basically got tired of me sitting around the house, and she
you're
said,
like a genius?
No, my birthday's in September, so I started kindergarten. Yeah.
Oh, you started early. Okay.
Yeah. So my mom basically was like, you need to do something with your life, and I didn't quite want to start college yet. I kind of wanted that time to get to know myself a little bit, but she wasn't down for that. So she basically said, I want to take you to enroll in cosmetology school. And I fought it, but...
So your mom wasn't down with you finding yourself. She was down with you...
Going to school.
Going to school and doing hair. Why?
Yeah.
So she took you there.
She really just wanted me to do something, anything. She just thought that I might be good at it because I really liked getting my own hair done and I had good ideas. So that's really it.
You had good ideas about hair.
I'd go get my hair done and, tell the stylist what I wanted, different colors and things like that. So I was just kind of into getting my own hair done. She translated that as I should do other people's hair.
So you started school 14 years ago, or you were licensed 14 years ago? Is that about a year difference?
I'm 34.
Okay. So how much has the industry changed in 14 years? Talk about that.
The industry as far as business or trends?
Well, let me stop and say you are a hairdresser. Mm-hmm. I guess we didn't make that clear.
Right.
And let's talk about we'll get to trends, but let's talk about your resume. So what? Okay,
it's
so
big.
that's why you're doing this podcast with me, because you have a lot to offer.
Thank you.
And you are one of my mentors. I can reach out to you anytime and ask you questions about color or business or blonding. You're a really great blonding expert. You know the Paul Mitchell line extremely well, and we'll talk about that. Paul Mitchell is the brand that you work for and you represent. But I really respect you, and you were one of the very first trainers or teachers that, there's a few of them that really made an impression on me. So I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
For everybody. So go ahead and let's start to give you a resume. Let me make sure that we're filming, just because sometimes when everything gets going, we're in good shape. Cool. Okay. Sometimes you get excited and then something goes wrong with the camera. So since we don't have a camera person, guys. So let's talk about your resume.
Sure. I started school, went to cosmetology school. I graduated late. I was kind of a slacker.
Oh, wait, you graduated late. Oh.
Yeah, I was over contract.
Wait, okay. This is good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you, all you Paul Mitchell people, you're going to know exactly what she's talking about. Okay, and if you don't know, Google it. So you were over contract.
Yeah.
How much?
I mean, probably a few $1,000s.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I like to come to school when I felt like coming to school.
Wow, so you're one of those girls.
I was not like the model student.
One of those girls. Like are you on Twitter?
No.
Okay, you're on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
At Nikki Ramos Hair. Yeah.
So they should follow you on Instagram.
Sure. Absolutely.
Where else should they follow you?
Instagram is really it's the hub for me.
That's
it's
it for
what
you?
works
Okay.
and the best way to communicate.
Are you on LinkedIn?
At least for my market. I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yep. For more of the business side, LinkedIn would be good. But
okay, so go to your
I would say
LinkedIn.
Creative Instagram for
Instagram.
sure.
Everybody is what? So let's go back to we haven't even talked about your resume. I'll let you talk.
Okay.
Talk about what you What's your
Yeah,
resume?
I graduated school late, wasn't a great student, and then I had.
How did you get
I
on
know
this?
this is really
How did you get on this
funny.
video?
Well, it turned out fine. That's all that matters.
I wasn't that good of a student. Yeah.
Yes, you were.
No.
I took my state board and I failed the first time.
Whoa, this is good. I love this. This is really good. This is some good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I failed. I didn't practice. I wasn't fast enough. The written was fine. It was the practical for me. I just had a hard time doing it in the allotted time frame. So
you were too slow?
I was too slow. I was trying to do a really good job instead of, do it really fast. And then I learned it's kind of more about the timing situation than how good you are actually
in state board,
for your state board exam. So I did fail the first time, and I was kind of devastated. I didn't really want to do it a second time.
It hit you pretty
hard? Yeah, it sucked. I mean, it's never fun going for like this huge test and everybody expects you to pass so you can become a hairdresser.
There's that.
And
you feel like you fail everybody, huh?
Well, yeah. For sure.
So was your mom like really upset at you?
No, she's not really that type of person.
She was just like, well, you'll do it.
She's like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Oh!
Just kidding. No.
Disappointed. Wow.
I don't remember any of that, but I feel like I was disappointed in myself because I probably only went to like 3 state board classes in my whole schooling, and I just, I kind of like failed myself, so it was deserved to not pass that.
Did you, all these years later, do you ever look back on that time and do you feel like you learned from that, the state board experience?
From failing? Yeah, for sure.
Because everybody looks at that a little differently, the state board experience. Like if they fail it or pass it, like everybody has a different, some people like do like 3 or 4 times. Then, that to me is like, I don't know if that's your bad or if that's persistence. Like you should stop at 2 times.
No, you should.
Is it a good
you
thing?
Should keep going because
so you believe in persistence like that?
Yeah, some really great hairdressers failed their first time or maybe second or third because the pressure of an exam is just too much.
There's that.
But think of the flip side here. There's a lot of really shitty hairdressers out there that pass the first time.
You're bad. You guys are really bad. Right? We know who you are. You're bad.
I think we can all agree that your state board exam is not a reflection of who you are artistically and the work that you do in the salon. It's really a reflection of timing, basic skills, and sanitation.
Yeah, like how do you, I think it's about pressure too.
Sure.
Because I don't know about you, but I remember every moment, I feel like, of my state board.
Right.
I remember every moment. Because you can appreciate this maybe more than people that didn't know me back then. If I had gone and failed state board my first time, it would have been really bad for me. There was a lot of extra hype kind of on me coming out.
You went to school at a completely different time than me. I mean,
that too,
we were barely getting started with MySpace, so it wasn't...
Nobody knew if you failed.
No, nobody knew unless I told them. There was not social media like there was.
Now maybe I would have taken it, but it just kind of felt like it would be a huge disaster for me personally to like not apply myself and pass that test.
Right.
So like I remember every moment. And I remember actually, the very first test is, I think it's the curls.
Okay.
And
like a Marcel curl.
The Marcel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to test, do all the safety, and then put your bag. I totally forgot all that. So I was so like in the zone. I was like, and when I was done with that test, realized I had not done any of the sanitation.
Right.
And I realized I lost points. And just said, you need to now you have to be perfect. Like I didn't panic. I was surprised that I didn't panic.
Right.
And then at the very end, my acrylic nail, which the only acrylic nail I've really ever done and have never done one since.
Yeah.
I felt like God came down and helped me do that nail. Like, cause like,
Stop
no,
it.
really, cause like, I was like, oh shit, trying to do this nail. And I remember the state board proctor coming up and I remember, that's pretty good. And I was like, who did that nail? Like I was in the zone.
Like you brought a nail with you and slipped it out of your cuff?
Yeah, like I was like, did the hand of God was on me. And I've never done a nail since. Anyway, I need to probably cut my nails now, but Anyway, so
oh, that's awesome.
So you failed the first time.
I did. I took it again like 6 months later.
Okay.
You had to bring a model and everything like
Yeah,
that.
that
So
was
it was
back.
a little
That
bit,
was back kind of in the
bigger
day.
of a deal.
Yeah, we actually had to bring
that.
a person. And now the first time or the second time?
Both times.
Okay. And then now it's just like mannequins and
Right.
it's
Way
even
easier.
Easier from what I'm hearing.
Way easier.
And then
which is good.
the fact that you fail now, you're just not studying. You know,
Probably.
Probably not.
Probably not studying. So yeah, I mean, finally got my license, and then
Okay.
I started working at a JCPenney salon. And
Ooh, that's a good place to start.
it
Actually.
was an awesome
Zach?
place to start.
Our friend Zach.
Yes.
Zach, he was at JCPenney for a long time.
And every time I talk to students, I let them know, that was probably the best decision I made, is to start at JCPenney. And they have a career path, they have training. There was seasoned hairdressers there, and they kind of took me under their wing and helped me so that I wasn't too big of a disaster. And I still have a few clients from JCPenney that I still do, so that would be like 13 years that I've been doing their hair. Yeah,
that's really cool.
Followed me to different salons, and
13 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can build a clientele at a place like that, and for somebody just starting out, I would definitely encourage them to start somewhere like JCPenney, or Ulta, or Regis, or Supercuts,
where there's
or
structure,
and
you can get like a commission check or however it works, or hourly.
It's an hourly
if you want
situation.
If you want to jump right out and you don't have another income or something to support you, that's important to have something. Right?
It is, and everybody is kind of at that different point, and every state has different regulations of how you can get paid as a hairdresser.
That's true.
So
California is making
for California
changes.
Specifically, I would say
there's some changes right now in California.
Yeah, but I would say if you can start hourly at a salon if that works for you, because the other alternative would be being self-employed, and not everybody's cut out to be a business owner.
That's true. You got to really hear what she's saying. If you're right out of school,
right,
and you're thinking about doing something, you really should think hard about it and make sure you have all your ducks in a row. I would recommend not trying to do anything until like a year.
Sure.
That would be my opinion. Booth rental maybe 6 or 7, 8 months, but you have to have a solid clientele.
Right, and
and know your business.
Yeah, when you're renting a booth in a salon, you are self-employed, and it takes much more than being a great hairdresser. You have to also have the business experience that comes along with that to really understand your profit margin, a profit and loss, everything.
You have to keep track of everything.
You have to keep track, or you're just going to be in this constant spin cycle of not growing. You're just staying steady so you can pay your rent and supplies. And that could be like a whole separate sort of podcast, but
right on how to do those things. But
I think the industry is kind of doing a disservice to our newer people coming in. Is we're making it seem like being a rental stylist is the best, or it's better. And it's not really better, because not everybody is cut out for that. And so I think if we all can just sort of stop that stigma of, I'm better than you are because I'm in a rental salon.
Right.
And, you're just making a wage at a salon. Like, that doesn't make us any different.
Yeah, or you're just at Supercuts.
Yeah, and it's like,
that's a great
I have
gig,
seen people.
Really good haircutters there.
Yes, I have seen really people make great money at places like Ulta and JCPenney's.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you're just not cut out to be your own boss. You need the accountability of somebody there, like a salon manager, helping you to grow your numbers.
It's really important.
So, just take that pressure off of yourself to have rental stylists be like the end all of your career, because it's really just not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not it's not really the title you should want. It's the title you should want is really good colorist, or very good hair cutter, or educator.
Yeah.
And how you perform your art is just very different. Some people just do weddings. Some people just cut hair. Some people are just colorists. In our area in Sacramento, you pretty much have to do everything.
Yeah, I would say not a lot of people compartmentalize here. They
Yeah.
do more of a
Bigger
full
cities.
service experience, which, you know, either or. If you're going to only haircut, chances are you're working side by side with a colorist.
And you're
So I do
partnering.
see a lot of that in Sacramento for people who have chosen that path, and that works really well too.
Yeah,
You
and
just
that's
have to do what works for you.
and you're right, and that's part of also being in the place that you fit into.
Yes.
A really good salon or full service,
Yeah.
you know, Supercuts, JCPenney, Ulta, and someplace, you know, Veda, they have that's a good system to start
Definitely.
in. There's a lot of good systems. So if you're new to this business, if you're Googling, hopefully the keywords helped you find this video, and you're new to this and you're still in cosmetology school, it's important for us to send you the message that there are many, many options to be successful.
Yes.
It's not just one thing. But the one thing you need to know is, what are you good at? What motivates you? What's your passion? So speaking of passion, so let's go back to your resume. So we got halfway. I keep interrupting.
Yeah. So started at JCPenney,
All right.
and from there built up a clientele to the point where I could be a rental stylist, and that's pretty much what I've been doing since, is being on my own and maintaining and building a clientele. Somewhere in that, I did start my journey as an educator.